Police and protesters are back on the streets after activists called for a 1 million person march in Nairobi. At least 23 people were reportedly killed in clashes on Tuesday, which led to President William Ruto Wednesday withdrawing a controversial finance bill that would have raised taxes. Well, Larry Madowo has been in the centre of all of these protests, reporting live in Nairobi, witnessing the death of demonstrators on these streets. Larry, good to have you. Why are there protests today, even though the president, frankly, did a complete U-turn and gave in to their demands?
Becky, I can hardly hear you because I'm in the middle of protesters, but I just want to show you what's happening out here. Police are using tear gas one more time to clear the protesters from the middle of the city of Nairobi, and these protesters are not getting sent away. They keep singing again and again that Ruto must go. But what you see back there is police using a lot of tear gas. They've been doing all day. These protesters had called for a 1 million man march, and that's the police van over there. That's why they're all running away, and they're throwing some stones at the police. And that's what the police do whenever these protesters. Fabs, you need to get out of there. Fabs, you need to get out of there. We just got hit by tear gas right there, and so we have to get out of there. We have to get there and get closer to the police. That's been the scene all morning as police throw tear gas. We have to get past that as well. We have to get past that and get closer to the police. All they've been singing all morning is Ruto must go, Ruto must go. Even though President Ruto withdrew the finance bill, he's still, for a lot of these people, they no longer trust him. That's what they've been telling us, and that's why they're out on the streets. They're upset about corruption. They're upset about the high cost of living, and they say they no longer trust President William Ruto. What we see on either side. Sir, come and talk to me here. This is one gentleman we were going to talk to before he was dispersed. Why are you out on the streets? I'm sorry, you've been tear gassed.
I'm an active citizen of this nation. I pay my taxes. Actually, my name is Jacob. I went for...
You ran for a local seat, a member of county assembly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Take a moment if you need to. Take a moment. He says he's an active citizen. We're standing right by the police here, and there's tear gas on every side, even if we were trying to run away from this. Fabs, if you can show this side. There's more police coming in riot gear. They deployed some tear gas on that side. And Fabs, you can come to me with me on this other side as well. These young men are not getting pushed away. They are not getting pushed away despite the police's best efforts. And as you can see, they've been trying to barricade the roads. They have some trash on the road, and police keep clearing that, and they keep coming back. So what we're about to see is a whole line of police. We're going to get behind them so we're not getting in their way as they try and clear all these protesters from the streets. There's been a lot of tear gas. This is one of the busiest streets in Nairobi. We're just going to stay with them and see what happens here and how far they can push back those protesters. They keep trying, and the young men keep coming back. There are some women there, to be clear. It's not all young men. It's mostly young men. They're all most in the late teens, early 20s. But there are some women as well who say they're active citizens and they want to have their voices heard. Even after they did win the first battle by getting President William Ruto to withdraw the finance bill, that's not satisfying enough for them. They want even more. They're going to have to get a lot more concessions from the government of President William Ruto before they are satisfied to leave the streets. And so it's an active scene here with so many young people barely moving. Sometimes they even dare the police to send tear gas. When the police are just politely asking them to move back, they're like, send some tear gas. Okay, we're going to leave that scene for a moment as we get out of the way of the police in this dramatic scene on Moi Avenue. This is one of the busiest streets in Nairobi.
I'm just going to stay on these images.
The development we're watching right now.
Let you... Yeah, and I wondered whether you needed to take a break, get a glass of water or something, or a bottle of water. Okay, let's stay with you, Larry. If you feel comfortable about doing this, if at any point you do not feel comfortable, you must let us know.
All right, understood. Unfortunately, covering protests in Kenya, this is not my first rodeo. This is a regular occurrence. You get used to it after a while. And the protesters also are used to this, and they no longer are particularly fazed by it. It just pushes them back a little bit. If they can pick up the tear gas canister, they throw it back to the police, and they keep it moving. So what the police are trying to do, moving in this single file, is to clear them from the middle of the city, from the middle of the city center. But the protesters are not really taking that. As soon as the police clear out, they come right back, and they dare them some more. So they're going into their truck. They're trying to get closer to the protesters.
Larry, I want to ask you,
We're going to walk in this direction and see
what
we can.
How many people are we talking about on the streets here? How many people would you say are out?
There's a couple of hundred
protesting at
people
either
just
end
in
of
this
this
street
road?
alone. There's a couple of hundred in this. There's a couple of hundred in just this street alone, but in other streets across the city, there's a couple of hundred more. So I would say it's in the several hundreds at this point. It could get more. As the day wears on, we've seen more people coming up to the streets. Becky, Justin, come and talk to me one more time. I'm going to try and talk to this young man that we were talking to before that he had to take a break because he'd been tear gassed. So what were you telling me?
Yeah, as an active citizen of this nation, yeah, this is so bad. It's unacceptable. As an active citizen, I pay my taxes. I come here because I know the Constitution. I have a right to demonstrate and picket. I don't get why the police, actually today, we even saw the military police in town. They were chasing us everywhere. Everyone is scared. That's why you can see even the difference between the demonstrations in Nairobi and other cities is totally different. In Nairobi, there's a whole cloud of fear. Everyone is scared. There was propaganda in the morning like everyone will be killed. And that's why you can see there are very few people in town. Yeah?
Tell me this, sir. Why are you out on the streets today? Yesterday, the president withdrew the finance bill that people were protesting about. So why are you out on the streets today?
Personally, and my supporters, I wasn't actually supposed to come here for the protest, but my supporters even called me, Mheshimiwa, where are you?
That just came right at us. The protesters are also throwing rocks, so we have to move. We have to get out of here. We're going to try and get closer to the wall. And okay, all right. Okay, we're going to go really quickly,
Larry,
so that does not get to us. They're aiming that at the police.
I'm going to let you just take a bit of time to get out of the way so that we ensure that you are safe and those around you are safe, including your cameraman and producer, of course.
We are safe. Our crew is safe one more time, so we can keep going. One more, Becky. Well, they have managed to push them a few hundred meters back, this running scene between the protesters and the police. So we're going to leave them for the moment. But you see there's a young mother here. She's got 2 kids. She's caught up in the middle of this. And it's not safe for her to be here with her kids. There's a homeless person on this one other side. It's a chaotic scene. And again, I need to stress, this is one of the city's busiest streets, Becky.